Here's a quick recap on how you can edit photos. So you're going to go ahead and select the photo. Then right here from the drop-down menu from the crop, you can go ahead and make that photo any shape you would like. So if I want to go through and put it into this wavy shape, I can do that. And I can go ahead and bring it up there. The other thing I can do is once this shape is selected, I can go ahead and format the options of my image. All of these options are available. If I want to set as reflection, you can see reflection is there. So I can change the transparency on whether or not it's see-through, the distance away, how close or how far, and then the size. The size is going to be reflected on there. If I want to recolor my image, I can tap up here to recolor, and I can set it here to brown for sepia, and that would also affect down on the bottom. You can go through and actually change under adjustments. You can change the transparency of the image. If you wanted it to be a little bit see-through so you can see your background, you can do that and change your brightness and your contrast. All of those options are available. Also within here, we could go through and change your line color. I'm going to go ahead and change my line color to black. I can change my line size. Here it is black with a little bit thicker, and then I could go through and change my lines to dots. Again, those options are available for you to go through and format. Another quick feature on inserting your images, the best way to search for images is go to Insert Image and then search from the web. I'm going to go ahead and search for 9/11 over here on the right. And then once I find an image that I want to insert with that, I'm going to go ahead and find the one. Once it's selected, I'm going to insert it. I'm always going to resize from the corners. I can put it where I want, and I can continue to go through. If I wanted to focus in on one part of it, I can go ahead and crop using these black handles, dragging in to the pentagon with the flag, and then I can make this image bigger itself by cropping in. So that is going to be how you could go through and insert images. Now here I have a YouTube video that I want to insert. To use YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and open up YouTube itself. Here is the video I want to record. I'm going to be using Screencastify, and I'm going to tap on Screencastify, and I'm going to modify the settings. I'm going to go to Show More Options, and I'm going to make sure that I tap right here to record tab audio. I don't need to right now include my microphone because I'm not getting my script. I just want to record my video. I know in advance the spot that I want to go through and start at and edit at. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm at least 5 seconds, if not 10 seconds for recording. So when I want to record, I'm going to go ahead and do 10 seconds just to give myself a little bit more time. I'm going to tap record. That's going to go ahead and go away. I'm going to go to full screen. You can see I'm on my countdown. I have a little bit of a problem here because I have my drawing tools up, and I'll show you that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap my video.
To help you get started. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the opportunity in search and why we believe we're at the start of the next generation. Oh, no, sorry about that. We're on to the next generation. In all seriousness.
So I stopped recording on using Screencastify. Now here is my recording in Screencastify. I can't hear the audio because by default right here it's always going to be muted. So just giving you that as a heads up. And so I'm going to go through and edit my Screencastify video. So I'm going to tap up here on Open Editor. Please remember the first time that you open Screencastify, you have to allow the webcam and the microphone. If you don't do that, none of this will work. It takes a little bit of time. Here's the Screencast edifier, modifier. And then I'm just going to dismiss this. You can see right here, this is my videos. This is called my timeline on the bottom. I can zoom in on my timeline just so I can get a little bit more space, and I can see that my audio doesn't start until about here. So I'm going to go ahead. My video is selected, and I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to delete that. And I can play my video
automatically to help you get started.
To make sure everything is working well.
Let's talk a little bit about the opportunity insert.
And then it looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and export this, and I'm going to export to Screencastify, which is going to be saved in my Google Drive. And I'm going to have this saved as my That's what I'm going to save it. You're going to probably want to save it as the name of your YouTube video. Now this is going to go ahead and process and save into my Google Drive. Now it says it's done, so I'm going to go ahead and go right here to my slideshow, and I'm going to go to Insert Video, and then right here under Insert Video, I'm going to go to Google Drive. Then you're going to find this is the video I just created. It's YouTube video demonstration. I have it selected and I hit select. Now when I put this video on here, I'm going to want to make sure I make it the right size, so that way it's nice and big. The other thing that you want to do is you want to make sure when I have the video selected over here on the right, I have format options. I'm going to want that video to go ahead and play automatically. The reason that I do that is when I am going through and recording my whole presentation, when I'm done with this slide and I go to the next one, I'm going to want the video to play automatically instead of waiting for me to click. Okay. The next tip I have is let's go ahead and convert this quote right here to an image, and we're going to go ahead and do that using Canva. How do you use Canva? You're going to go to your student launch page, and then you're going to go ahead and click on this Canva link. Canva is a great tool for going through and creating graphics. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of these pre-built templates, and I'm just going to use a social media template. So I'm going to tap here on social media, and I'm going to go ahead and use an Instagram post. On the very top here are all kinds of examples of different types of themes you can choose from. I'm just going to go ahead and choose fandom Instagram posts. So it kind of has this feel and look to it. So I'm just looking for one that has some text on it. And I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. I'm going to customize this template. Now there's a whole bunch of text boxes here, and I really want my quote to be in this size, this type text, so I'm going to go ahead and paste that text from before. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to change some of the things that I have on here. So I'm going to actually make this a smidge smaller, and I want to change this image. So I'm going to go over to the left-hand side, and I'm going to type in 9/11. And so here are some of the images that come across with 9/11, or I can actually put a photo on there. That didn't work well. I'm going to select this image, have it selected, or I'll delete that one and then put it right on there. And I can go ahead and now edit the image. And I can have all kinds of filters here that if I wanted to change it so it had a different look to it. If I want to make my font size bigger. Once I am happy with my quote and my image, I'm going to go ahead and go to Share. This is going to look slightly different because I'm on a Windows computer compared to your Chromebook. But I'm going to make sure it's saved as PNG. I'm going to download this, and on your Chromebook you have an option of where you're going to save it. Same thing's going to pop up in my Windows, but I would put it into your download section on your Chromebook, and then I'm going to call it my documentary quote, and I'm going to hit save. Now I'm going to go back to my slideshow, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this text from here, and I'm going to insert an image, and I'm going to upload from computer. You are going to find under your downloads on your Chromebook, you're going to find your documentary quote, and then you can go ahead and insert it in there. And then you can have your quote included on there. So the last thing that we're going to talk about is, again, your different animations. And then you can click on transitions and go ahead and see how your transitions are selected. So here's an example where we have fade in, after previous, with previous, after previous. You want to make sure that you don't have everything set to and click, and you can process from here. The last step that you need to do is to go through and record your presentation where you have your printed out script. So Mrs. Dable will give you your script. You're going to get ready to record. So to do that, you're going to go through and make sure you have all of your slides and your timing set correctly. Now, when we go to record using Screencastify, I'm going to go up here in my settings, and then I have to enable microphone because I needed to pick up the voice that I'm using. I have a couple microphones on my computers, you're just going to use your default one, and I'm going to go to more options. I'm going to turn the show drawing tools off, and then it's going to be a lot easier. I do need to keep the tab audio recorded because when I get to my video selection, I need that to pick up that audio as well. I don't need my webcam on, and I'm going to go ahead and have this set to 10 seconds because it's going to take me a while to get this set up correctly. So I am now ready to record my documentary. I have my script finalized, I have my slideshow finalized, I have Screencastify set here. I'm going to go ahead and tap record. I now have 10 seconds to go ahead and get into my presentation. It takes a little bit for it to load, but I am ready to go. And when this gets down to 0, I'm going to go ahead. Now I'm reading my script from my documentary. When I need to advance on, I'm going to go ahead and advance to my next slide. Make sure that you don't have your transition set too slow. You're recording your script. You'll notice here, this is going to be where my quote is. My next one I have here is going to be my video. I have it set to autoplay.
All right, so let's
so
talk
that
a little
makes
bit
your
about the
life a little bit
opportunity
easier instead of
and
having to
why
tap
we believe
it.
we're at the start of the next generation.
And now I'm going to get out and I'm going to go ahead and continue all the way through my presentation for recording. When I'm done recording, up here, because I have that drawing tools turned off, I'm going to tap there and I'm going to say stop recording. Once I'm done recording, here's the video right here in Screencastify. Again, by default, it's going to be muted. If you need to edit it because you made a little fumble in the middle, you can go ahead and open it in Editor. The longer your video, the longer it'll take to open an editor. So here I can go ahead and zoom in on my timeline. So you'll notice right here at the very beginning, I have a couple seconds where I don't say anything. So I could go ahead, have the video selected where it's yellow, and then I can cut and I can get rid of that beginning part. And if I had a spot in the middle here where I don't have anything that I'm saying, or I made a boo-boo and I need to cut out the text here, I could go ahead and click here and click on cut. And go here if I know this is the exact spot that I need to cut some of my text. Click there, cut, and then I can delete that mistake I put in the middle. Once I am done and I know this is perfect and I'm ready to turn it into Mrs. Dable, I'm going to go ahead and export it. To export there, we have to give it a name. So I'm going to call this the 9/11 Final Documentary, and I put my name on it, and then I'm going to hit save. Now, what we need to do is we have to get this video, and we have to turn it into Google Classroom. So to find the video, I'm going to go ahead and copy my watch page link. Once I have copied that, I can go ahead and go directly into Google Classroom, and then I can add that link to my Google Classroom. Another option would be I could upload a file. Now I want to show you right here, if I go to a new tab and then go right here and click on Screencastify, I'm not going to record, but if I click on this drop down video, I can go ahead and see all of my videos. So here are all of my videos. This is the one I just worked on. So if I go ahead and open it back up, here is my final one. Again, it's telling me it's muted. It's always going to be muted, but I can go ahead and turn it on or share into Classroom right here. I can copy the share link and turn it into Miss Dable as well. So good luck with your documentary. It's lots of fun using technology to make this video.